Well, hi friends and family. Just want to do a real quick update, and I know last time it wasn't quick, it was like 8 minutes. It's going to be really brief, but I've got some great news for the first time in this whole cancer battle thing. I haven't had much good news, but I've got some really good news. I had the results back from the biopsy, the bone marrow biopsy, which I had on Thursday, and I'm officially currently in full remission, which is amazing. That means that there are under 5% cancerous cells in my body, in my bone marrow. In fact, the result was 3%, and even then they weren't too sure whether they were cancerous or not. So I could be in deep remission, which is different to full remission. Deep remission is that they can't detect any cancerous cells. And so it's a huge moment of celebration for me and the family. And I just want you to rejoice with us. It's great news. As you know, the first round of chemo didn't work sufficiently, and there were question marks and doubts about the second round, but it's been successful, which means, what does it mean? Well, it means obviously we're celebrating, we're singing, we're thanking God, and I just want to thank all of you who prayed, and I know a lot of you have been praying for us, and for me in particular, that there would be healing, and so we're celebrating this moment with you. But there is another stage, and that is I'm heading back into hospital tomorrow for a third round of chemo, and the reason is to keep me in remission. They don't want to leave me for a prolonged period of time, because this cancer, this leukemia, is a bit of a wild beast. It can just kind of come back, it can spring back to life rapidly and quickly, and so they want to keep the cancer down, and so that's the whole purpose behind the third round of chemo. And then they want to do a bone marrow transplant as soon as possible. And so this is the prayer point. We're celebrating, but we also need to pray that a donor is found quickly. Unfortunately, my brothers, for different reasons, couldn't be donors, and they're really disappointed, but I'm so grateful that they were willing to drop absolutely everything, come to Australia and be a donor. And so at the moment we're waiting for a donor overseas, and they will send the stem cells here to Australia. And so the prayer is we need to find one quick, because we don't want this to be prolonged. I only want there to be a third round of chemo. And so, for example, if I'm waiting 4 weeks for a donor, that will mean needing a second round of chemo and a third round of chemo, and etc., to keep myself in remission. So it's great that I'm in remission, but I don't want to be in remission for too long. I want, and the transplant team, my doctors, they want this transplant to go ahead sooner rather than later. And so that's the prayer request. And so putting it out there, again, I don't want to be brief. I want to be brief as possible. Just be praying for a donor, and that would be fantastic. Okay, so really great news. Time to sing, to celebrate, also a time to pray for a donor, a perfect compatible match, so I can have the transplant. And so I might be in hospital for up to 8 weeks, depending on how quickly we can locate a donor, a transplant. So that's the prayer I need. So again, really thank you, all of you, for standing with us as a family in so many ways, practically, financially, and prayerfully, most importantly, prayerfully. And so there'll be another update soon. So thank you again. Bless you. As you can tell by my demeanor, I'm happy, and we want you to be happy as well, to rejoice with us. Amen. Bless you. Love you.